Hello, everybody, and welcome to the market analysis show. Well, a very boring crypto day to be honest, but that's usual on Saturdays. They love Sunday mornings and even Sundays. I don't know why. Maybe, well, different time zones. They start Monday, so I guess that's maybe one reason. However, we don't have anything big since yesterday. I would still say that my analysis from yesterday it's still updated. Let me check one thing here. Okay, yeah, great. So I have my favorite tool. So let us see what's happening. I mean, again, it's now the fourth time that the waste ratio and 1 hour resolution just dumped. And usually it's doing something, but nothing big. The 1 hour waste ratio is not the best, at least when it comes to how big the price move is going to be. The one day is yeah, and that combination the best and the most accurate one. But also here we maintain a relatively high level, and you see that the even 30 days moving average is just lifting up. That's insane, because we see that here it declined a little bit and it's lifting up again, and I mean almost 20%. That's huge. That's like last summer, just before we did our spring. And yeah, I mean, we need to check all data, but I think we will not see anything big today, Saturday, so also related to option trading, but maybe they will surprise me. However, yeah, we need to see. I mean, waste ratio, 30 hours moving average above of 84, sorry, still too high. The stablecoin reserves on exchanges just declining even more. So I have received again BUSD outflows from Binance, but also Tether, also some Tether back to Treasury. I don't know. It doesn't look healthy at the moment. The stablecoin supply is lifting up. I mean, not big as you can see, but yeah, more USDC coming in. So I guess that's a transition. It looks like, at least. Tether market cap is declining while the market cap for USDC is lifting up. So something it's in the air related to Tether, and they are hiding this information yet. Maybe that has something to do with the stablecoin regulation framework. We don't know yet, but that's it. So we really need to see. I don't like what they are doing since 2 weeks now. Sideway run. It's always a sideway run, and yeah, I don't like that at all, to be honest. So flows. Also nothing big. I mean, I have mentioned yesterday night we received yeah, almost 4,500 Bitcoin, and afterwards another 1,000. So I would say in 3 hours 6,000 Bitcoins. Another 1,000 later on, but as you see, it's Saturday, so even the incoming spot just declined a lot. It's almost flat. The highest one was today in the morning, 460 Bitcoins. That's it. We had some outflows, but also here the biggest one was 1,600. So also nothing happening. And even if we check here, okay, as usual, crypto quant, I don't know why that's happening. As you see, even here, related to stablecoins, almost flat. This morning, we received 84 million stablecoin inflows, but at the same time, 18 million outflows. So a net flow of 66 million, but that's it. That's nothing. That's really absolutely nothing. And we received a lot in the past days. Also, if we take a look, for example, here, that's our reserves, Bitcoin reserves on spot exchanges. If we check, usually when they buy the stablecoin, the Bitcoin reserves on exchanges decline, of course. Usually on Binance, it's lifting up. On Coinbase, FTX, even on Bitfinex, but sometimes on Bitfinex it's not that accurate. But Coinbase and FTX, as soon 1,000 Bitcoin arrives there, they disappear just few minutes later. So that's like they don't want to let rise their exchange reserves, because on Binance, for example, they are lifting up since weeks, months. So I don't know why that's happening, but usually when we see such formation that the stablecoin, Bitcoin reserves on exchanges lift up, means they are preparing something. And we are not just talking about 5,000 Bitcoins or something, we are talking about almost 40,000 Bitcoins. Okay, so between here, oh, Inspo, and here, almost 40,000 Bitcoins. Nobody is buying them. The question is, why not? Is that a preparation? If so, wow, I hope that's not going to happen this weekend, because then we have a big problem. Just check the chart. Coinbase, Binance, the volume is just not not existent at the moment. So yeah, just imagine what these guys could do with 40,000 bitcoins. That could be very, very crazy. So back to the flows, we need to see. I'm still waiting if we receive another 2,000, 3,000 bitcoins, or if they just completed the whole preparation and now it's just waiting for the moment, a random one, because I don't know for what exactly. If they are really waiting for low volume, the question is always, and that's why I always say, make questions and try to find the answer to that question. If they are sending so many bitcoins to the exchanges and nobody is buying them, why are these guys doing that? Is that to generate fear? So like last year, and that's not happening at the moment. It's just not about generating fear. At the moment, it's like, it looks more like distribution. It looks like they push down because they know they trigger some purchases. Then they start to rise the volume because the buy pressure is triggered, and they distribute. So we are not going up afterwards. We maintain. As soon as we go up to 30K, they start to sell again. So it's absolutely different to last year. Let us check here, for example, the future market and what's happening here. Funding rate down, then up. I don't know why exactly. Nothing happened because the price almost didn't move since then. Open interest also declined hard, then it lifted up, and well, I mean, leverage ratio, you know, I mean, yeah. So it seems they are expecting to lift up afterwards, but at the moment I don't see that. But yeah, we know it's weekend. Weekends everything can happen, but without stablecoins, without any capital ready to buy, I don't know. I mean, I'm not trading at the moment. I'm just checking what's going to happen next, but if I'm going to short, I'm not going to short at 28.8. It's at the moment not a very attractive entry price for me. I would like to see 29, 30K to short. But we will take a look. We have gamma walls. It surprised me yesterday. So also here, stablecoin activity on derivative exchanges almost flat. A little bit more green, but just flat. And here, wow, just a big outflow of bitcoins on derivative exchanges, something usually I would say that's not really bullish. If we take a look here, Binance still having almost 100% more longs than shorts. And well, Bitfinex, I don't care here, and BitMEX as well. But also here on Ethereum, not 100%, but and even here on Bitfinex, just too bullish. Maybe I don't know. Maybe these guys are the whales and they know something big is going to happen, and we will moon to 500,000 just in a few months. I really don't know what's happening at the moment. I'm struggling trying to interpret to make any interpretation at the moment because yeah, it's for me it doesn't match. You know, we are trading at 28,000, and at least a lot of people are longing. I mean, it makes sense, of course, but it seems they think that's the bottom, or at least a local bottom. We are going um, up again. So yeah, I'm struggling here to be honest. FTX, let us check what FTX is. I guess nothing since yesterday, nothing big changed. I would expect more longs than shorts. It takes a little bit as usual. Well, yeah, something changed. First of all, we had more volume yesterday, and okay, and high leverage. The biggest one is a short high leverage at 29. That's risky, but we need to see if someone is protecting that area here with walls, for example. If that's the case, that could be a sign that whales are here shorting with high leverage and big. I mean, not that big, but big enough. It's at least the biggest one with 80 million. Yeah, 73 million. But maybe that's just because we can't. I don't know. But yeah, I would say we still have more longs than shorts, at least if we take into account the whole volume at 20,000. That's low leverage. So option trading, that's something that surprised me a lot. I wasn't really expecting that. At 25K put gamma wall. That's crazy. That's really crazy. And you can see, I mean, all the call walls are here. Okay, we still have at 40K. And look, the put walls. That's really crazy. And Yeah, at 25 and 20. So the biggest one is at 25, the next one at 30K, and yeah, the biggest on calls is 32, and the next one 30K. But 25, that was really surprising me. Um, Also, something doesn't look very nice, and well, the gags after the expiry. Oh, we went up to minus 10,000. So uh, enough space down if they want to dump. And yeah, as mentioned, low volume, everything. The biggest long risk reversal, 200 lots. The rest is 50 lots. We can take a look, but it's not going to be useful in my opinion. Yeah, well, but the biggest one is short risk reversal. So if you're checking options and strategies, notional it's of course interesting and also the amount, so how many lots they bought, but premium is the key. If you see they spent a lot of premium, um, they they have an interest um, to go up or down. It depends. Let us take a look to short risk reversal. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, December. I don't care about December, and that's actually it. Custom strategy 14,000, but that's usually it's weekend. Yeah, I mean for the next weeks he's expecting 34, 35. That's at least a little bit bullish, not that big, and that's it. Yeah, we can check bull put spread. Okay, refine. Yeah, wow. Also here, just a tip. Um, he is selling his puts 28K for 24,000 almost, and buying 24p. So puts 24K. He's expecting that the price until June 24th is going to dump below of 24K, and he spent 9,700. So usually these guys they refinance one trade with the other. So he got 24,000 and now he's saying, I will try. Maybe it works. Uh, if that would be the opposite way, so 24 for the 24K put and 10,000 for the sold 28 put, I would say, that's interesting. But not in that case. Not really. So, okay, we will see. Let us take a look to maybe to the entities. Because another person just today, he mentioned that wallets with more than 10,000 bitcoins are lifting up, and he asked me if I noticed that. I guess he missed this information before. I don't care about wallets with more than 10,000 Bitcoin. And I can explain you why. That's very easy. First of all, wallets with more than 10,000 Bitcoins are many of them linked to FTX, to Bitfinex, to Binance. They have cold wallets, they have hot wallets, they have two of the biggest Binance wallet has more than 100,000 bitcoins, for example. And of course, they have much more. They have 600,000 bitcoins. So they split the Bitcoins to different wallets. And I did just an analysis last year about entities. And that's why I don't care about wallets with more than 10,000 Bitcoin. The information is just not useful. And if you also check their trade behavior of, for example, when Glassnode is sharing, hey, wallets with more than 10,000 are accumulating, just check the whole chart. Institutionals never buy the way up, they sell the way up. And they never sell the way down. They buy the way down. Okay? One thing is, of course, and that's the big issue, we need to make a difference between strategy and profit. So strategy means I just want to buy the dip, I just want to buy from weak hands, so I need to generate fear. That's just pure strategy. And profit means I just want to sell the top and to buy the bottom. That's profit. So we have two different ways how institutionals but big whales like to work. But if you see a wallet or an entity that's always just buying up and selling down, doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. It's not how they work. And that's much more how exchanges work, because they are getting just the bitcoins and their reserves, so their wallets just get more and more bitcoins. So that's the way. And for me, and just because of the straight behavior, as mentioned in different videos, for me, entities with 1,000 to 10,000 bitcoins are the key. They know exactly when to buy. They know exactly when to sell. They plan in advance the tops. They plan in advance the bottoms. And for me, I just need to see this chart, and I know what these guys are going to do next, or at least I think I know their trend. Okay, like I said, for example, just before, when we noticed that their entities just raised a lot, I have said, be careful, be very careful, because when these guys do that, we need to see. But usually, then afterwards, they dump it afterwards, and that's what happened. It's not the same like they did last summer, for example. Last summer was pure accumulation by these guys. But before, they generated fear and they distributed. They distributed from the top until, yeah, well, they stopped to distribute hard just before we reached our bottom, and then they started to buy very hard. They absorbed a lot from the weekends, and they have started to buy and buy and buy and buy even more. And then, when we reached almost the top, they started to sell and sell and sell. That's what these guys are doing. At the moment, as you can see, they are not accumulating. And that means to me, we didn't reach the bottom yet. And that's really crazy at 28. Really crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Even here, these wallets are not necessarily the smartest traders, but these entities, 100 to 1,000 bitcoins, not accumulating. Even little whales with 10 to 100 bitcoin wallet, not accumulating. The only ones, you, me, and some others. So wallets with maximum 10 bitcoins, they are accumulating. But always, they don't care about the price. They have started to accumulate last summer in June. Since then, we did a new all-time high, and they keep buying. buying, buying, buying. Well, they sold here a little bit. That was, as you see, that was panic sell, it seems. But afterwards, they bought and bought more. So, and yeah, since then, of course, since we reached a price of below 50K, they are buying, buying, buying even more. So, yeah. And we can see here the same entities. I have mentioned these guys were just too active and something I don't like to see in a sideway run. I have mentioned also in different analysis, institutionals and sideway run doesn't mean it's bullish. If you don't see these guys are accumulating, they are preparing something. And when they are preparing something, that's usually not bullish. So just preparation and afterwards down. Of course, we need to see, but that's usually how it works. I know institutionals very well, and yeah, even here the big entities with 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin are very active, and as mentioned, they didn't accumulate yet. So yeah, the whole environment doesn't look very healthy yet. I mean, they can start a fake rally with futures like they did, for example, in the past when we went from 33K to 45K. That's possible, but it's a fake rally. It's just to distribute, and that means to me afterwards we will nuke even worse than before. So that's how it looks like at the moment. If we take, for example, here or CVD, I was I had a nice chat with a follower. He was telling me, "Hey, did you check FTX?" Yes, I did. Look, of course I did. Yeah, they stopped buying now. Huh? Strange. Coincidence or not? What did they last time? They sold. They just rebought again. So that's an institutional move. That's what they do. Dump hard, accumulate, dump hard. Of course, I'm not sure if that's the case on FTX. I don't have any proof for that. But it looks like. It really looks like. It wouldn't wonder me now after they stopped to buy. So they filled, the gun is loaded, and now it's just wait. Just wait. Also Binance. Take a look. Well, it's Binance. It's the aggregated CBD spot. Lifting up, 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 up. They bought a huge amount. Okay, that's just the CBD. Since then, declining, distributing. And they still have enough left. So I would like to be bullish, and last time they wrecked me with my long. It's not going to happen again. Absolutely not. I don't like that here. I really don't like that. And yes, Sam and FTX, they are playing a game I don't like. Well, I know it, but I don't like it. That's the usual and very common institutional game. And he, I mean, FTX, I can't remember they did that last year. So something have changed, and I'm missing it. And that's really pain, really pain. So let us take a look to the exchange walls. I'm just thinking if I can show you something else. Yeah, but that's not really important. UCD redeemed USDC. Um, we had a lot, but it declined a little bit. But yes, a few days ago, 1.5 billion US dollars. However, if we check, for example, here now the market caps between Tether and USDC, you can see perfectly what these guys are doing. Let us make 1 month. And I have tweeted about that. Between 10 and 13th, okay, declined. So just keep in mind 10 to 13th, and now look that. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Something is happening, and we are missing it. We are not institutionals. We don't have any insider information, but that looks just something big is going to happen. At the same time, we know that USD, so Coinbase management just sold almost 1 billion in stocks, their own stocks. That's huge. I mean, I wouldn't do that for my company if I know that we are going up and up and up. So I remember the CFO of Coinbase last year. That was in September. They did something similar. I will show you that because that's really interesting what they did. And she said Coinbase is now prepared for the crypto winter. When we didn't reach a new all-time high of 69, so everybody was something, oh, crypto winter. Well, they were very nice prepared, and I will show you what they did. Afterwards, she did this interview in that comment, and it was very interesting for me. Exchange reserves, Coinbase. Look what they did last year. Oh, come on. Do you see that here? Wait, I need to make it bigger. Something changed here. Bitcoin, exchange reserve, Coinbase, daily. It looks different. Why? Because they did that last year. I remember. Was that here? Oh, now I'm struggling. But even here, what's happening on Coinbase, by the way? That's Coinbase. What the hell? They have 35,000 bitcoins more on exchange reserves? And why is their CBD rising then? Okay, let me show you FTX. Something looks very wrong. Okay, that looks, yeah, that looks, yeah, that was last year, for example, and Coinbase did actually the same. So I'm wondering a little bit why the chart looks now different. I don't know if Coinbase, CryptoQuant just changed something. That's what happened last year. 55,000 bitcoins. That was actually the rally we had last year. And look what happened afterwards, just few weeks later. Crazy, right? Just crazy. That was they triggered a rally just buying 55,000 Bitcoin. In my opinion, that was a preparation for a spot ETF. They didn't expect that ECC is going to reject that, and yeah, you remember when we start with the dump phase? That was in November. You remember when we get the rejection by ECC? That was in November. It was all at the same time crypto ban for Chinese mainland. At the same time. Um, so yeah. However, I'm wondering why it's not showing me that on Coinbase. Because I remember Coinbase did something similar, and afterwards the CFO just said, yeah, now Coinbase has enough money, has enough cash, and the crypto winter can come. Can come. We are just safe now. And but afterwards they started and invested a lot of money in an NFT project. The market that failed because the whole NFT industry just, I'm not going to say they collapsed, but the demand just declined a lot. And yeah, we see that the crypto winter is maybe not just a crypto winter, not just a winter. We need to see, because a winter just takes a month, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen here. However, it's very interesting what's happening to the Coinbase reserves. Really, because usually when that happens, that's not really good, and it doesn't match to that here. That's Coinbase CBD. And the Coinbase CBD, if we take a look, it's lifting up. So usually I would expect if the CBD is rising, it means to me nobody is selling. So of course then the CBD has to rise, or something doesn't match here, because it doesn't make sense that the reserves lifts up while they are buying and buying and buying even more, or is something just selling and selling and selling all the time? I need to check that. I didn't see that before, but that looks interesting, really interesting. Well, let us take a look to the exchange vaults, and nice to see that Binance works again, because it seems they were offline. Yeah, well, Coinbase not limiting up anymore. It was limiting at 31. We still have a little wall at 30K, but the bigger one is at 28, and of course at 25. And we have another one at 26. There a bit nothing. Well, here at 31, and still waiting here below of 21 at 25.2 or above of 33, and that's really huge. I mean, sell orders, look that. That's really huge. That's between 33 and 40K. They're just waiting. Come, lift up, I will sell. While yeah, we have between 25 and 23 a lot of buy orders at the same time. So we can see here that's Bitstamp, yeah, 25.4, 25, but nothing big. Binance Spot. Also here waiting at 28,400 with 2,000 Bitcoins. And yeah, just few little walls at 30K, 30K 500, 31K. And usually, as you can see, they like to let them trigger this wall. So like they did here, like they did here, like they did here, like they did here. We need to see if they have the same plan. It's obvious we should dump to 28.4 and 28.3 next. I mean, that's not a big thing, right? But Bitfinex spot. Okay, Bitfinex waiting at 27,400 and 31. I still have the FTX shorts high leverage in my mind, waiting to see if they are protecting them. FTX perp 29,800 and waiting at 27. A lot here, but nothing big. Yeah, between 26 and 25, and a lot more above of 24. Someone waiting at 21. Good luck. Kraken. Aha, nice. Kraken have started again to bring some orders above of below of 26 and above of 29.9. Bybit, nice. I like Bybit. I don't I think I don't have even an account on Bybit, but I like them. I never have seen any kind of manipulation, spoofing or something. On BitMEX, waiting at 31,500 and 25. Yeah, 25, 25, 25. Binance Futures, waiting at 29.5 with a wall and at 30,500. Nothing big below. Bitfinex derivatives. Yeah, here between 28,100 and 27. A lot of tiny orders. Kraken futures. Nothing. FTX spot. No, they are not protecting, it seems, this high leverage shorts. I'm not sure if that's spoofing. Could be. So yeah, at 30K waiting, I will still have here at 25,500. Here a lot. We have a lot of walls here. Also at 22, another one at 20. I would like to know what Sam knows. That's it. Yeah. As mentioned in the beginning, not going to be very useful today, Saturday. And let us take a look to the chart right now. I mean, the volume, that's nothing. That's Coinbase. 150 Bitcoin, 220 Bitcoin. That's really nothing. Yeah, well, I just can say what I said yesterday. 28.5 keeps being for me the bearish critical zone. So if we, for me, because they know that, and that's how they try to protect that, let me show you. 28,500. Let me here. Every time when we went deeper than 28,500, they start to buy. That's actually, you can imagine that's like, let me show you. That's our sideway run at the moment. And they know exactly, if we go down, we retest and we fail here, we will go down. And maybe, hopefully then, we will make our double bottom. And maybe then, hopefully, it's not going to happen like it happened here. So if they want to generate fear, we will maintain here. Like we did last year. You remember? We will maintain here, they will accumulate, and then up. Last year, it seems that was an operation as a preparation for a spot ETF, something I have my doubts it's going to happen again. So the question is, who is going to demand? Who is going to buy? And I'm not sure at the moment. I really don't have any clue. But we failed here, we failed another one. So every time we dump below of 28.5, they have started to buy. The volume has started to lift up, and afterwards the volume just dump. It's just, that's it. They control a little bit. Sometimes I think they want to have a certain price level. Yeah, and they maintain it. It looks very under control. And the question is, what's going to happen next? We just have 30. I mean, we have our POC here. We have our POC here at 29,200, but that's the biggest one. So we are below. We need to make it bullish again, just to maintain above, to fail here, retest, and to go even more above. Maintain above of 31,400, make exactly the same operation, and you will see, mark my words, we will see 36K afterwards. But at the moment, with the volume, I would say we are going to make this year, and we will retest that area again. And maybe we will bounce there. We will maintain a little bit that level. We can go up a bit, then down, up, maybe a bear trap, and then up again. We need to see, but that's my that's, by the way, my ultra bearish scenario. Well, worse would be we succeed and we go down to 25 or 24. Okay, we have a gamma put wall there at 25, so a lot of people, a lot of smart money is expecting a price below 25K. But we need to see what's going to happen with this sideway run. I don't like. If they stop to buy and they have accumulated, it seems, a lot of Bitcoin that would at least match to the CBD. And they stop to buy now. So if the CBD is neutral, it's indicating nothing big happening. They are buying like selling, at least based on the cumulative volume delta. And in my opinion, we will go down even more. But yeah, as said, I'm a little bit struggling at the moment. Otherwise, I would short, but I would like to see a higher price to short. It's just from here, I don't know, too close to 28,500. I would like to see an entry here, almost 30K, for example, start to go short, and then wait. Just wait, and when we go down, retest here, fail, then include here the remaining funds and see what's going to happen next. So, yeah, and that's everything I can tell you. So we need to see what's going to happen because weekends they can surprise us with a huge dump, but also with a fake rally. It doesn't matter. We can go up again to 30,400, for example, just to react all remaining shorts at 29,500, 30K, and so on and so forth. But we need to see. Okay, that's it. Let me check if I can see the questions. Oh, so many questions. Big Sam, hi Inspo. Wanted to ask if you have an alert system or something similar to notify you of potential big price move. No, I don't have that. I just check the charts. I'm very lazy. Well, I'm not lazy, otherwise I would have such alerts. Yeah, you're right. I should think about it. No, but I don't have them. Murat, hi Inspo. Bitfinex has all-time high for the longs and last days. Do you have any comment on that? Yeah, I don't care. To be honest, they hedge they sells. I don't care. They can. And by the way, I don't know who that tweeted. Bitfinex has a new feature on on their exchanges. Let me show you. Maybe I see that because they're hiding some informations. Let me see if I can find that. So what they are showing, it's not necessarily the whole truth. But however, even then, I wouldn't care. I don't care. I really don't care because they hedge just their sellings. So can I find where did I find that? Oh yeah, yeah, here. That's interesting. Justin again, mate. I see that. But this option allows you to place an order into the book, but not have it displayed to other traders. Okay. Price time priority is the same as displayed order, but the hidden order will always pay the taker fee, while those trading against hidden order will pay the maker fee. That's why you see Phoenix longs go ballistic, but spot CBD is down only. Exactly. That's what's happening. The CBD on Bitfinex is just declining, while it seems their longs are rising. Thanks, Justin, by the way, for that tweet. So, yeah, they are just hiding and trying to hide as much as they can. And they are selling. They are still bearish like hell. We don't see that. That's the only thing. That explains maybe also why we have this tiny volume. I remember last year they formed a huge buy wall just to prevent that the price could go below 29K. Not happening this year. So, Big Sam, another question. What percentage of the different types of analysis do you consider for your final analysis? Sentiment analysis, 10%. I don't care about sentiment analysis, to be honest. Technical analysis, I mean, sentiment analysis, okay. I care, but I don't care about the greed and fear indicator because I don't know how they calculate it. So I don't care about it. Technical analysis, 30%, on-chain data, 50%. Okay. No. Metrics, 80%, 20% experience. That's it. The whole market, it's just much more trivial than you guys think. It's just demand and supply. Everything is in the chart. The volume is indicating you the activity. Okay? Depends where the volume rise. You know who is fighting at the moment. That's number one. Metrics, inflows. For example, if I see 3,000, 4,000 bitcoins are coming in, Inspo's next step to check who is sending this. I check my favorite three entities: the market makers, those with 100 to 1,000 bitcoins, and even the small whales. If I detect these guys are sending have a bigger fund flow at the same time we have received these bitcoins, it matches. Okay, these guys are preparing something. When I see that market makers are doing that, like they are doing since 2 weeks, while we are in a sideways run, it's indicating me they are preparing, I guess, a nuke. And that's my experience. But 80% metrics. Technical analysis just for my entries. Really, just for my entries. I don't, I, I never, in the last month, I didn't share any TA chart because, to be honest, I'm not good in TA. I think, at least I think I'm not good in TA. And I don't care. I just care about supply and demand, volume profile, metrics. That's it. And experience. If you know how these market actors work, what's their common trade behavior, then you know what's going to happen next. I don't know exactly the price levels. I can't tell you, hey, in 30 minutes we are going to nuke. Usually I can't. Sometimes I can, just because I see, okay, 5,000 bitcoins arrived just a few minutes ago. Then we know they are preparing, and that's short term. But that's it. Big Sam, sorry for having many questions. No, no, sorry. How do you place your losses above, below estimated liquidation levels, or something else? Supports and resistance. Also very trivial. I know if we, for example, if we go above of a certain support where we got failed or rejected several times, if we go up, it could happen that's just a bull trap. Okay, that's sad, but better than to make bigger losses. So I use support and local resistance just to yeah, make my stop losses. Julieta, but that play of going down to Tether and raising USDC, the same thing can be done the other way around, and in this case USDC will be in trouble. So what's the point of throwing down a stablecoin? Well, I remember last year that Coinbase had secret meeting with regulators, so with the SEC. Um, they said they talked about the IPO, but usually I guess they didn't only talk about that issue. Tether is a big issue for the SEC since, yeah, I would say longer time. Otherwise, they would never ever mention market manipulation by Tether in a spot ETF rejection. And that's what the SEC did. So, in my opinion, also, for example, many were just celebrating that Tether launched the Tether based on the Mexican peso. If you check the last analysis, currency analysis, not only ruble is performing better than the USD, also the Mexican peso. So if you are looking for liquidity, it makes sense to launch a Tether project in Mexico, very close to your country. Just to find some liquidity. Because, yeah, they said to us, oh, we reduced the commercial papers. I guess those they had some value, and maybe the triple A's, and they bought bonds, treasury bonds with that. But what's with the remaining commercial papers? They're still rejecting any transparency related to a full audit. So yeah, I can imagine that SEC just told to USDC maybe and to be prepared for some kind of transition from Tether to USDC. I mean, JP Morgan told that they are going to shift their funds from Tether to USDC. So institutionals are making something, and that could be an end. I mean, you don't need to be an expert to know that many people has a problem with Tether. They not just have a, currently an investigation still pending investigation in New York. They had investigations before about market manipulation and so on and so forth. I mean, yeah, I guess that for some institutionals, USDC it's maybe a better stablecoin than Tether. And I wouldn't say that USDC is the best stablecoin. I actually don't like stablecoins at all because I don't see for what. I'm not, I'm not using any arbitrage trading or something. I don't care about that. But yeah, many people do, of course, and they need stablecoins for that. Martiresa, hi Inspo, just a silly question. Sorry for that. Everything fine. Is there any possibilities that the MM opens so many wallet and accumulate small like, bro? Why? Why they should do that? To hide what? If they want to hide that, use OTC. If you want really to hide everything, they will have the opportunity to do that. They don't care. In my opinion, they don't care. They really don't care. Okay? I mean, we don't have many retailers left here on the table. They really don't care anymore. So why should they do that? That's and I mean, you have a lot of wallets. Just taking a view from risk management, you have 1,000 wallets with maximum 10 bitcoins in there. You need to have a tool or something for a whole administration, and that all these wallets are safe. No one can hack that. No one can. I really no, definitely not. But we have retailers. We have some retailers. They are not really active in the market. They just buy one Bitcoin or yeah, just some Satoshi, and that's what we are seeing. In my opinion, that's what we are seeing. And even then, if you say, yeah, but maybe market maker, okay, just these guys here, these entities with less than 10 bitcoins have 2.85 million bitcoins. Sounds a lot, right? Okay. Take a look to the others one. Oh, okay, I can do that. So, for example, the market makers have 5,100,000. The entities between 100 to 1,000 bitcoins, they have 3,900,000 bitcoins. The small whales with 10 to 100 bitcoins have 4,240,000 bitcoins. Now shift everything to wallets with none to 10 bitcoins. Good luck. It's not going to work. Ferns, the canalized CBD on Coinbase isn't really correct. People that limit sell below price will be displayed as positive CBD. No, CBD, at least what I have read on Canalize, they are just using triggered buys and sells. It's just the volume. It's not, I mean, a limit sell doesn't have any volume, just when it's triggered, right? So it's just pure the cumulative volume delta. That's the only thing. It's just very trivial and very useful at the same time. Julieta, Inspo, it's not clear to me what happened in November. And why didn't you find Coinbase if they are always buying? What did you find strange? You explained it before the heat map. Well, in November, we the ECC rejected the spot ETF, saying, for example, that they can't do that because Tether partly is, or they use Tether to manipulate the market and so on and so forth. At the same time, we got the crypto ban for China mainland. Since then, and if you check, just check um, ETF spot BTC rejection, you will see that was in November, and close afterwards, the price started to dump. Since then, and in my opinion, China is done since last year, since December, because I remember they sold a lot via OKEX, Huobi, of course Binance. OKEX and Huobi, they are not playing any role anymore, so indicating for me they are done. But we still have, for example, the market makers. We still have different entities. And yeah, about Coinbase, it's really looking very interesting, because if the CBD is rising, but at the same time you see that the Bitcoin reserves on exchanges is rising at the same time, that, I mean, it's possible. It is possible. But that means that even on Coinbase, institutionals are extremely bearish. We are talking about more than 30,000 bitcoins more on reserves than before. So the CBD is only indicating you a trend. If you for example don't have any candles with much less buyers than sellers, then it's going to decline. So it's maybe not that useful. Maybe it's also my wrong interpretation what's happening to Coinbase here, but I wasn't expecting that, seeing that the Coinbase CBD is lifting up all the time, while their exchange reserves for Bitcoin is rising. And that since May 15th. That looks like someone is sending a lot of Bitcoins to Coinbase. Or this chart is wrong. Big Sam, another question. I have noticed that a lot of different platforms will give different readings for longs and shorts ratio. Why is that? And okay, yeah. First of all, you will find the most interesting part is, and why I like to use blockchain whispers, it's not related to any time window. Usually, others, they show you long-short ratio. It shows you long-short ratio for the last 24 hours, for the last 8 hours. That's just showing you, at least that's what they are saying. They are showing you the longs and the shorts. They are still active on Binance. Some of them are maybe 3 months old. Some of them may be just few hours. But that's the big difference. So I don't care It's also useful to see, of course, long shorts ratio for a certain time window, for example, for the last 24 hours, just to see if the sentiment of the traders is more bullish or bearish. But for exchanges, that's the key. They just want to know if they if they can liquidate more longs than shorts, because any liquidation is money for free for them. It's just money that goes directly to their security fund, for example. And Binance last year, for example, in May, when we had this little crash, um, they had some trouble because of that, because the security fund was declining and declining and declining even more, just because everybody was shorting and they, of course, had to pay them out. At the same time, they have some landings. At the same time, they have to pay other trade and market actors. So for them, every time when they liquidate you or they liquidate me, it's for them money. It makes sense that they have at least an interest to liquidate us. Yok 1 and the last one. If a position is made as a conditional order, if BTC last price hits, yeah, X, then sell buy at market price, will that show up on the wall chart? Yeah, that's it. And that's it. That's what I mean, a wall, an exchange wall is nothing else than an order. A buy order, a sell order, but it's just, I wouldn't make any trade just based on these walls. It's just one factor that I use as a combination to everything else. You need to understand that, because some people just say, well, what do I need to see what you see? Everything that I'm providing every day in my analysis. You need to check the futures, you need to check the exchanges, the spot exchanges, but also the derivative one. Then you want to know who is sending that. Are these retailers in panic, or are these in whales? Whales ratio is showing you that. Option trading. Do we have a short-term big option? For example, maybe a bullish one to 36K or a bearish one to 25K. That could indicate me someone is at least expecting, if not even planning something. Exchange walls, it's just another factor that let me confirm something or even not. So, for example, we have seen on FTX high leverage shorts, and I wanted to see if someone, for example, like we have detected in the past, is protecting these shorts. If so, an institutional or a big whale is behind. It's not the case. Well, it seems many people are just with high leverage shorting on FTX, expecting that we will dump afterwards. That's it. So, but yes, walls, we need to be very careful with walls. Walls are nice to confirm something. Walls can show you a certain trend. If we see, for example, every exchange is just limiting at 25K, so usually that should indicate us, okay, 25 is critical zone. Everything below 25K, it's not in their mind. That's my interpretation, by the way. When I see, for example, here an exchange wall, they are that's an order since since this morning at 28,400. So they are waiting. They otherwise they would remove this wall if they are expecting that the price is going to go up. So, and sometimes, yeah, I mean, before I go and short or go long, I check the exchange walls before, just to make a quick check. If I see, for example, if the price is here and looks extremely bearish, but then I see two walls, almost 2,000 Bitcoin here waiting, I'm not going to short there. Then I check the inflows. Oh, nice. Oh, 1,000 Bitcoin. Okay. And if I see, for example, 7,000 Bitcoin arrived, then maybe I will short even then. So it's not, you don't have just a rule. You need to combine different informations together. And the approach is always make a question and try to find the answer to the question. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully it was useful. 1,000 Bitcoin, it's nice, but nothing, in my opinion, if it's not going to happen nothing tonight or tomorrow at least, so in the morning hours, nothing will happen this weekend. Usually they, in the last weeks, Sunday was the key day, weekends, just before the markets start to run again. But Saturday it's almost very very boring in my opinion. So I don't think we will see a big move today. Maybe in 3-4 hours, 5 hours, we can see a rising volume. We will see. But I'm not going to trade today, I guess. I will chill and see what's going to happen tomorrow. So big love to all of you. Be careful and really trade carefully. Okay? I think we all need to work very hard for our money. It doesn't make sense just to waste the money for that. Just trade when you are sure that's going to be a good and solid trade. If you have a nice strategy. Otherwise, don't do it. It's not my advice. It's just, of course, my opinion, but yeah. So, be careful. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye, guys.